Morning, Mary.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
So we're here at court school. You'll remember many months ago we talked about you coming here for court school. What Kayla and I are going to try to do this morning is to try to make you feel more comfortable, so when you come into court tomorrow morning, you know what to expect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tour of the courtroom so that you know where everybody's going to be tomorrow, okay? So I'm going to start with over here at the far end of this table is where your dad's going to be. And next to your dad will be his lawyer. You remember we talked before, your dad's not going to be able to ask any questions, but his lawyer will be able to. Right here will be Detective Martin, and then right next to him is where I will be. When you're on the witness stand tomorrow, I'm going to be standing right here, and of course you'll be right there. Behind you will be Kayla, and Kayla's going to be in the courtroom with you the entire time that you're testifying, okay? The reason that I'm going to stand here is because when you're talking to me, I want to make sure that the jurors, who are the most important people in the courtroom, other than you, can hear everything that you are saying, okay? So there are going to be 14 jurors that'll be sitting here. They're not going to know you. They're not going to know anybody else in the courtroom. Ultimately, 12 of the jurors will decide whether your dad is guilty or not guilty. But they're super important, so when you're testifying, make sure that you speak loudly, okay? At the very end of the courtroom is the judge, and Judge Wynn is going to be the judge in this case, and she is important because she has to decide about evidentiary things, whether certain evidence comes in, whether certain witnesses are able to say certain things. So the judge has to rule on objections, and you'll remember before we talked about objections. When you hear an objection from either myself or from your dad's attorney, stop speaking and then wait for the judge to make her decision about what she wants to do, okay? In front of the judge is the court clerk, and the court clerk's going to take down minutes of what happened. So when you come in, the court clerk will say, Mary's here, she's testifying for the state, and she'll write the time. Right in front of the judge and next to you is the court reporter, and the court reporter writes down everything that you say on the witness stand, okay? So it's also super important that you speak loudly so that the court reporter can hear you, all right? How are you doing so far?
I'm doing good.
Good. So now we're going to talk about the witness stand, and before I have you go up there and we practice a little bit, I want to tell you the most important thing about the witness stand. That's the truth chair right up there. We call that the truth chair. And when you sit in that chair, everything you say has to be the truth. Do you understand that? And you promise to tell the truth?
Yes.
And when you go up on the witness stand, you're going to have Harper with you, okay? Kayla's going to be sitting in the back. If you don't know the answer to a question, it's okay to say you don't know. If you're confused by a question, either by me or by your dad's attorney, it's okay to say, can you repeat that, okay? So let's have you go up to the witness stand. Why don't you bring Harper up there with you and we'll get started, okay?